Good morning. Today we are going to be talking about absolute value, and in your workbook we're going to be working on pages 33 and 34. So have your workbook, your paper, your pencil so that you can take notes on this page, and you can take notes on your workbook pages as we go through each problem. So the first thing, let's review what absolute value is. Absolute value is the distance from a point on a number line to zero. Absolute value is always positive because you can't have a negative distance. You can travel 3 feet, but you cannot travel negative 3 feet. So if I look, for example, at -2 on a number line and +2 on a number line, to get to +2, you have to move 2 units to the right of 0. So you've moved 2 steps. To get to -2 from 0, you need to move 2 steps to the left. So again, 2 units to the left. Notice they're both 2 units away from 0 on a number line. Absolute value is written with these 2 parallel lines. So therefore, the absolute value of -2 is the same and equal to the absolute value of +2, and they are both equal to 2. They are both 2 hops from 0. The distance from 0 is their absolute value. When we're talking about greater than or less than, when you're doing absolute value, you need to change them both to positive numbers because remember, absolute value is always positive. So the absolute value of -8 is +8. The absolute value of +4 is +4. So therefore, the absolute value of -8 is greater than the absolute value of -4 because +8 is greater than +4. When you have a whole list of numbers that you want to put in order from least to greatest, you want to first make them all positive numbers because the absolute value of -6 is +6. The absolute value of +2 is +2. The absolute value of -7 is +7. The absolute value of 3 is 3. Once you have them all as positive numbers, you put them in order from least to greatest. So 2, 3, 6, 7. And then you put back the absolute value signs and the negative signs where they need to be. They need to match what was up here in the original problems. So again, absolute value is the distance from a number to 0 on a number line. So let's take a look at workbook page 33. Question number 1. Giandre said that the absolute value of 3 equals the absolute value of -3. Is Giandre correct? Draw a number line to explain your answer. So you're going to draw a number line, make sure that it goes all the way from -3 to 0 to +3. Mark -3 on your number line, mark +3 on your number line, and explain why Giandre is right or wrong about the absolute values being equal. Question number 2. Graph 4 and -4 on this number line. Tyler says both 4 and -4 have an absolute value of 4. Is Tyler correct? Use the number line and words to explain why or why not. Think back to the notes page. This is just like the notes page when we talked about 2 and -2, and explain why they have the same absolute value of 4. Question number 3. Graph 2 and -2 on the number line. Kesha says that 2 and -2 do not have the same absolute value. Is she correct? Explain why or why not. Pause your video until you're ready to go to number 4. Okay, question number 4. Graph 6 and -6 on the number line. Wilson says both 6 and -6 have an absolute value of 6. Is Wilson correct? And explain why he's correct or not correct. Question number 6. Which point on the number line has an absolute value of 3? You should have 2 answers here. There are 2 numbers that have an absolute value of 3. And then number 6, what is the absolute value of point Z? So what is the absolute value of this number on the number line? Remember, absolute value is the distance to 0. Finish the 1 through 6 before you go on to the next part of the video. Okay, let's see how you did. On question number 1, 3 and -3 have the same absolute value because they are both 3 units from 0. Question number 2, yes, they are both 4 units from 0. Question number 3, Kesha is wrong because they're both 2 units from 0, therefore they are equal. Number 4, yes, they are both 6 units from 0. Okay, question number 5, B and E are correct. And then question number 6, the absolute value of -2 is +2, therefore D is correct. If you have any questions, please email me. Have a great day.